Hello and welcome to my awesome health journey. I am Brett Dupree, and today I am talking about one of the most annoying things about trying to be healthy in the modern age. One of the most amazing thing about this modern age is all this information is at our fingertips. And one of the problems with the modern age is all this information is at our fingertips. I've been trying to be healthy, of course, for over 20-something years, ever since I became an adult. And during that entire time, the internet has existed. And since that entire time, I've read article after article after article on how to become healthy. A lot of it being BS people trying to sell me things, and I fell for a decent amount of them. But then you come out with scientific articles. Scientific articles are generally written in a way that are sensational. And I read one yesterday that made me want to write this. There's a study that just came out that metformin may quietly undermine the very exercise benefits million depends on to prevent diabetes. And you read that, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm on metformin. Should I stop taking metformin? Oh crap. And so I read through the article, and to be honest, I found it to be a little bit sensational. At least the line, because the first line is, the sub-line, how it undermines. Well, maybe it did undermine, but it made me think about my personal journey on exercise journey, which honestly has been hard. It's been difficult. I've been attributing it a lot to my age, the fact that I'm in my 40s, upper 40s, and that has made my workouts to be more difficult. But maybe it's because I have been on metformin. I started metformin. I'll have it on my list. I started metformin in April of 2023. But then I went to look at my results summary of my workout. I track all my workouts at Orange Theory, and so I worked out roughly from August to April before I did that. And my improvements from August till April were pretty minimal as well. It wasn't a huge... In fact, I'm looking at my average speed statistics, and they're honestly relatively the same after I took metformin to before I took metformin, like the acceleration of that. So I don't think it really affected me too much in my overall working out since April of 2023. I know certain things to be true. My heart is stronger. My body is stronger. I'm in a lot better shape. So I know it doesn't completely negate the benefits of exercise. My blood pressure is down, which is good, and my overall health, all my health numbers are better as well. And then I got to think of, what are the benefits of metformin in comparison to the benefits of full benefits of exercise. I've read many articles that people take metformin tend to live longer, especially ones with people who have diabetes, that people on metformin have a longer health expectancy. And it's just being bombarded with so much information, because that's the thing that's annoying. You can find an article telling you that this behavior is good, and then you can find the same article, or not the same article, but a different article that says that same behavior is bad. And it's been like that for like 20-something years, reading whether or not something's good, whether or not something's bad, and it is overwhelming. It's almost too much information. I don't know if we humans are supposed to be able to be bombarded with so much info, especially about something as important as health, because that's probably the most important thing. But overall, thinking about it, it's that, number one, I should probably talk to my doctor overall, or one of the people. When it comes to reading these things, a lot of people use the term research when you're reading other people's research, and research isn't going out and reading articles over the internet. Research is actually doing the focus of research. So to talk to someone who's done the research and understand, and also recognize the fact that this is just one study. As far as I know, I haven't been able to find that it's been peer reviewed, and it's also a 16-week study. So that is showing like the short-term impacts of it. As far as I know, in like 32 weeks on average, that the impact is minimal if you work, if you go through this process for a year or two. So they didn't do a long-term study, so 16-week study. And the 16-week study did show that people who were on metformin didn't show the exercise benefits in the blood vessels as much as the people who were off metformin. And it didn't matter if they did high interval training or regular, less impact aerobic exercise. Which I found interesting that metformin was a determining factor for that health. But at the same time, I know that I'm overall healthier, and I don't feel like changing. And honestly, I hate changing metformin because that wrecks my gut. I remember started taking it, wrecked my gut, and then got used to it. Then I added 500, and I'm assuming stop taking it is going to just cause like 2 weeks of going to the bathroom a lot, because it's just a harshish medication. But overall, yeah. And I also got to recognize me as an individual of the fact that I have gotten gains on metformin, and I can even look at my chart because I was exercising before and after. I did have muscular gains, and I did have my heart did get stronger from those 16 weeks after I started metformin. That being an individual does not mean that the study is bogus. I hate when people are like, I read this study and I'm not that person. It's like, no, that's not how studies work. There's varying degrees, right? Some people are on one end. I'm sure some people in that study when metformin did amazing. It's just the fact that, that's how they do studies, right? They a lot of times get rid of the people who did the worst and did the best, and so they don't muddy up the data, so the data is more accurate. Studies are showing like probabilities of that, not so much of like it happens at 100% certainty, which is always important as well. So overall, I'm not really going to change what I'm doing. I know my heart and everything is better. I have put on muscle. I haven't lost much muscle as well. I've heard metformin is really good at preventing muscle loss when you lose weight. But I might find another article that says that you lose more muscle on metformin. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much me talking about that. I just read that like yesterday, so I've been thinking about it all day. And if I don't talk about it, it's going to roll into my mind until I talk about it. So might as well get that out there. So thank you for listening to my little rant. Just remember, the way studies work is they need to be peer-reviewed, and they should probably have a long-term study as well. And I'm not sure. I'm not peer-reviewed. I said that multiple times. I meant replicated. It needs to be replicated by a different, or maybe that's peer-reviewed. Yeah, and don't listen to people like me who talk on a mic. That's another thing. There's a lot of people who just talk on mics. There's probably people right now telling you, like, the keto people not to take metformin if you exercise, and citing this study. Don't listen to anyone who's on a microphone trying to give you doctoral advice unless they have a doctorate, because they don't know what the heck they're talking about, and they're trying to sell you dick pills or some other pills. Anyways, thank you for watching. I love you for who you are, and as always, you are worthy.